Here are my honest thoughts about the new Selena documentary. I know this isn't my regular content, but I'm using this video because I wasn't expecting the sun to cast a shadow of my tripod and block part of the view. But I didn't want to throw it away because the suds came out beautifully. So instead, I'll give my thoughts on Selena y Los Dinos, which premiered on Netflix in the US on November 17th. Like many, I grew up with her music. I was born in '91, literally born during the rise of her career. Her music, her essence, her presence have always been part of my culture and my life. What I loved most is that this documentary follows the same heart as Chris's book, To Selena with Love. It gives you that behind-the-curtain feel. You get to see Selena the person, not just the performer. Her sense of humor, her confidence, her style, the way she lit up a stage. She didn't need in-ear monitors. She could sing on key, dance, improvise, and connect with the audience all at once. A true performer. I've seen some pretty harsh criticism about her dad, and to be honest, I don't really agree with it. Yes, he was strict, and yes, he was traditional. Yes, he was very focused on the money business side of things, but that was literally his job. He was the manager and also a father. And running a family business is never simple. Selena was also entering a season where she was starting to set boundaries now that she was getting older and shaping her own life with Chris off stage, her boutiques, her music, her home, and maybe even starting a family. We probably would have seen the dynamic start to change and her become a little more independent because that's the natural course of aging. And also, there's a lot of pressure on someone so young, and it began to show. I've also seen people saying that Suzette was super jealous. What I saw was a human being, a young woman who sometimes felt insecure, who played an instrument she wasn't always excited about, and who faced very high expectations. But she loved her sister deeply. Could there have been jealous moments? Absolutely. But we're human. Jealousy isn't the same as envy, and nothing in her behavior showed envy towards Selena, not in my opinion. Respect, admiration, and real affection were all there. I've also seen people talk about AB and how he's gotten a lot of criticism over the years too. But this documentary reminds us of something so important that often gets lost. Even though the record labels listed only her name, Selena wasn't a solo act. She was the lead singer of a band with real chemistry and talent. And yes, she was preparing to cross over into the English market as a solo recording artist, but she never got to live that part of her journey. That gifted band helped shape her sound, her stage presence, and her artistry. So for me, the documentary gets 10 stars. I'm glad they didn't give her murderer any unnecessary attention and didn't dwell on the tragic details. The pacing feels real. You see her growth, her evolution, her magic, and then suddenly it ends. Because that's how it happened in real life. Beautiful, powerful, and far too short. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. If you enjoy this kind of content, let me know. I'm happy to start narrating things like this. I love true crime, so maybe I'll do something like that in the future. As always, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Don't worry, you have about 4 more minutes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!